This is World Comics Review, and it's time for another Gyulim Chaeg, or picture book. Wait a minute, you might be thinking, if this is Korean, isn't it a manhwa? Well, no, in North Korea, where this comes from, they call comics Gyulim Chaeg, which, yeah, literally means picture books. So I know how, well, I don't know any Korean, but I do have Google Translate and the handwriting function, so I translated the name of this, and it turns out that this book is called Red Necktie. Fair enough. Probably could have guessed that, but it might have been a wildly inaccurate guess. And it's volume 5. I did wonder if this was a magazine of some kind, but there doesn't appear to be any publication data suggesting that it is for a specific week or month. The only date on it is this one, Juche, whatever, 93, which is 2004, and it's published by the Gyeongseong Youth Publishing House. And I'm sure there's also Venus Youth Publishing House, and halfway through translating it did say this was Venus, so it's, yeah, Gyeongseong is Korean for Venus, and it's the Venus Youth Publishing House. Right, anyway, let's get going. So yeah, although this is called Red Necktie Volume 5, it's not entirely about these characters like an ongoing story. It's got many different stories. So the first story is called right, are you ready? Why Guys Got in the Coffin, apparently. So yeah, it's set during the Japanese occupation. You can tell by the Japanese army uniforms with the star on the hats. And yeah, the Japanese officers always have these round glasses and a Hitler moustache. So yeah, the story is why the guys got in the coffin, so I guess they're getting in the coffin here. Oh, I get it. Right. The Japanese soldiers were tricked into going in the coffin by a Korean who then nailed them in and left them there. Right, second story. This is a written story with lots of illustrations. So yeah, this is a partly comic, partly what the Japanese call light novel, what the Americans call a dime novel, and what the British call a story paper. Oh, Americans call it a pulp as well. So yeah, this one's called Even If the Embers Are Small, They Are Hot, which is, I guess, comes from some Korean saying. So it's about various young children aiding the various revolutions in Korea. So I guess the fighting the Japanese. And this is 6/25, or June 25, which is the date the Korean War started in Juche 39, or 1950. So yeah, the young children helping the revolution in the Korean War, I guess sneaking up on some traitors who support the South, or foreigners, and yeah, they got them arrested by the North Korean security forces and taken away for a luxurious, well-fed prison camp where they were re-educated into supporting the Juche ideal, obviously. Right, this little kid is beaten up by the South Koreans, I guess, but is saved. So another small ember that burns hot. Oh, yeah, here's an American, or Americanized South Korean, torturing this little kid by holding him upside down, throwing water on him. But I guess he escapes, tells the North Koreans who get revenge, and this is something about 1947. I don't know what happened then. Something in North Korea, I guess, after the Japanese were driven out. The chaotic post-decolonial years, I guess this is 1947, is perhaps when North Korea was definitely declared, I suppose. Right, funny animal story. A big snake is eating the small animals, so a wolf chops it with an axe. The end. Right. This story I did not translate the title of. Okay, going on. Right. This one, yeah, some of these stories, like, they're text stories and they jump to a comic strip and then back to text. Yeah, it's like in comics. And, yeah. When I was at school, we were told to write a long written story for English classes, but we liked to make comic strips, so one of my friends made some of his illustrations on his written story into comic strips. So try and get away with still drawing comics, and I guess North Koreans consider that a legitimate comic style. Carrying on. Have I missed something here? I wanted to... Oh, there's a little puzzle too. How to hypotenuse, is that? How to find that? Yeah, I've missed something. I'm sure this story is at least split into 2 chapters. Because I translated a title, but I didn't translate this title. Oh, this is really weird, right? Okay, right. Okay, there was a story like this, and I translated the title, and the title was Gold. So anyway, yeah, look at the art style. It's kind of like a... Although they hate Japan, this is kind of manga style, but the manga style of like 60 years ago. But yeah, North Korea is basically still in the 1950s, 1960s, just they have digital cameras. Another kind of funny animal story. Really cold now. Yeah. Right, you get air conditioner noise, but now I'm cold, so... Okay, another math puzzle maybe. We can't afford Rubik's Cubes, so here's a picture of a Rubik's Cube. Can't solve that. Right. Oh, here's the gold story. So yeah, once again the... yeah, this one's gold. Right. Once again the kind of a manga, but the manga of 60 years ago art style. These are kids in the young pioneers with the red neckties. And this kind of jumps into comic strips, but they're just sequenced illustrations. Oh yeah, now we're a comic, and now a story, and now it's a comic again. So yeah, this story is called Gold, and yeah, that manga-ish style again. She ends up getting married to a rather dumpy, plain-looking guy. And then the evil South Koreans capture them. I am angry. Right, decides to get revenge on the South Koreans, I guess. They put her in the torture thingy. Someone shoots this guy, and yeah, she ends up giving revolutionary lectures to her. Maybe her husband died, and she's like giving revolutionary lectures, like be a martyr for the revolution, like he was. Then another funny animal story, more happy style. Something about make sure you collect all 8 volumes of Kim Il-sung's autobiography. Right, oh yeah, it cost me 300 yen from some shop in Japan, or maybe the Shitenoji book market, which maybe it will happen in October. I don't know. I have to wait for the virus situation. And yeah, so Red Necktie, Volume 5, another North Korean sort of comic, sort of story paper mixture thingamajig. Looks like it's from 1964, but it's actually from 2004. Long may it continue. Not with torture, obviously, but yeah, even if North Korea becomes a democracy, keep on making comics like this, they're cool.